Hello everybody, how are we all doing? I hope we're having a fantastic weekend. It is Saturday the 3rd of August 2013 here, and we have got this is what I haven't done one of these videos for some time now. It has been quite a while since I've done something of this magnitude, so if it does go on for a long time, just warning you now that if you're still sat here at the end watching, you're bored, is all I can say. You are epically bored. Anyway, so I've got a few things to talk about. It's Travelling Man's 22nd birthday today. Then there's also news about, obviously, Green Arrow season, Arrow season 2, featuring a certain Scarlet Speedster. And we're also going to discuss about the Man of Steel sequel featuring Batman, and possibly how Arrow, The Flash, Man of Steel sequel and maybe Justice League could eventually be part of the same universe. Some theories that I've got for myself and some things that I've heard from other people. Well, as I say, we will be discussing that in a moment. Anyway, first of all, as I said, today is Travelling Man 22nd birthday. They're the local my comic book shop that I go to here in Newcastle. I have spoken about them before. They have stores in Newcastle, York, Leeds and Manchester. Now when I bought my Man of Steel statue, which you can see is just proudly sitting up there at the back there, it's awesome, isn't it? And when I got that on Wednesday, I did my unveiling of said statue, and I said that the birthday was actually the 1st of August, but they corrected to say that it's actually 3rd of August, even though their Facebook profile says the 1st. So today they had a massive they had a sale going on, 20% off everything, and literally everything. Doesn't matter what you bought, how big or small, you got 20% off. Unless of course it was already on sale, then you don't get extra price discount for it. So I went down there just a couple of hours ago, and I thought, well, I'm gonna go. I've been umming and ahhing about going, and I was like, you know what, stuff it, I'm going. And I had some cake, which was nice, thank you, Kirsty. And basically, I came back with some goods. So let me quickly show you what I bought. As I say, it was a 20% discount. Why not? Anyway, first up, finally, Justice League of America. 1 million. Basically, this is all the collection of all DC 1 million. I've heard so much about this, and I've always wanted to read about it. This is basically what would happen if DC Comics lasted to the point of where they actually hit 1 million issues of all their, you know, big name characters: Superman, Batman, Action Comics, Justice League, Green Lantern, and all them characters, Wonder Woman, The Flash. Obviously now with the relaunch, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. So yeah, I'm really pleased that I've got this as well. So looking forward to reading that at some point. Okay, now if you remember, last year they announced that they were bringing out, well, reworking the Jeff Johns and Richard Donner collaboration of Last Son, basically. And obviously with the release of Man of Steel this year, they were going to do it in conjunction with that, and it was basically called Superman Last Son of Krypton. But it's actually a collection of not just Last Son, but other stories as well. There's Superman Brainiac in here at one point as well. There's a few couple of other stories as well. Or I think it is just basically both Last Son and Superman Brainiac put together. Yeah, it is just those two put together, but there it is. Okay, there's the awesome cover. So yeah, as you can see, it's also got artwork by both Adam Kubert and Gary Frank as well. Okay, I'm a big fan of Zatanna's. I love Zatanna. When they gave her solo issue stories before the relaunch, you know, I pretty much bought all of them, but I think I may be missing maybe about, I don't know, 4 or 5. I must have stopped at 12, not because I stopped buying them all together, but because I just couldn't find them as such at the time. But anyway, I've got this, which is Shades of the Past. This is like the second part of well, the second sort of story of Zatanna's, and it's written by Paul Dini, with artwork by Cliff Chang, and of course the cover arts were done by none other than the main man himself, Mr. Adam Hughes, who is just, you know, beyond epicness of epicness, basically. He really knows how to work some cover art, I tell you, that's for sure. So I'm glad I got that. A friend of mine has obviously given me a list of specific graphic novels that I should read, and among them was Batman Dark Victory. There it is. Mr. Arrowsmith, thank you very much. I will be looking forward to reading this very soon. And now for the big one. This is huge. Okay, this one's quite big. This is like the coup de grace. I don't even know how else to describe it. But basically, I did tweet about this particular book, and I said it took all the fibre of my being not to buy it the first time I saw it. But you know, you have a sale on. Well, you might as well take the initiative, right? Well, okay, here we go. And I don't care if it shows the price, but who cares? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Absolute Blackest Night. Yes, this is now officially, I think, 2, 4, 6, 8, yeah, number 10. This is my 10th Absolute edition that I now own. As you can see up there, there's 9 up there already. This is now number 10. Okay, so yes, I know I am absolutely nuts, but there it is, Absolute Blackest Night. Woo, jeez Louise, can't wait to put that one up on the shelf. So there. So those are the items that I bought today from Travelling Man. So again, happy birthday, guys! Thank you very much. Right, let's move on to some TV news now. So as you know, season 2 of Arrow is almost upon us. They'll be airing the first episode in October. They're already filming. They started filming last month. I think they're now in. I think they've either finished filming episode 2 and they're in the process of filming starting episode 3. We already saw a sizzle reel. If you saw the sizzle reel for season 2, oh my god, Black Canary does show up. Rumour has it that Black Canary could in fact actually be Laurel's sister, who we know is missing. And it's going to be an origin about her as such in some ways. The actress that they brought in, Katie Lotz, was obviously going to be cast as Black Canary, but now they're saying that she's not going to be Black Canary. So there's still a confusion in there, but they have said that the showrunners Kreisberg, Berlanti, and Guggenheim have all said that Black Canary will feature in the episode, like in the premiere episode, in the pilot, in the season 2 premiere called City of Heroes. But it's going to be an origin, so in some ways it's also going to help Laurel become said character as well. Who knows? We'll see. But I think the biggest news was actually that they had said, now we all remember towards the back end of season 1, they did tease that they were going to bring a big name character to the show. Everybody thought it was going to be Hal Jordan. Okay, I'll be honest, I wasn't too keen on having Hal Jordan on the show. I don't know why. There's just something about Hal Jordan that... I know that Green Lantern and Green Arrow are best buddies. They do get on well. But it was the whole no superpowers thing. And, you know, obviously Hal Jordan would still just be a pilot, yes. I just think that for me, it may have been a bit too early. I would have said probably season 3. But then when they announced who they were actually bringing in, and it turned out to be none other than the Flash, aka Barry Allen, I just sort of sat up and went, okay, you've got my attention, hit me with it. And I'm thinking here, and I'm like, okay, how can you know, they've gone back against what they said at the beginning of season 1, that they were going to have no characters that had superpowers, and now you're going to bring in Barry Allen, and they have said that he will have his powers towards the end of season 1. I mean season 2 rather, not season 1, season 2. Now that kind of is a bit worrying for me, because if you're gonna, because they do eventually want to spin off, they will be spinning off a Flash TV series from Arrow. And how he's going to be introduced? Well, season 8 and 9 is where he's going to first appear. Season 8 is season 8 or 9? Sorry, episode 8 and 9 is where he's going to first appear, and he's going to be apparently investigating, because he is a forensic scientist. He's going to apparently be investigating a series of murders in conjunction with the death of his mother, because we know it was his mother that died, Nora, when he was young, and that pretty much was a focal point in his life. And now that's pretty much one of the reasons he became the Flash as such. So as I say, yes, so he's going to be introduced in episodes 8 and 9, and by episode 20 is where we're going to see, it's going to be, episode 20 is going to be like the platform pilot as such for the Flash TV series. So it will be interesting to see how that all works out, and then eventually, as I say, they're going to then unfold and bring out his own series. Hopefully this time next year we'll be hearing some interesting tidbits, and they'll probably be filming this time next year, and by September, October of 2014 the series will start. So with that in mind, this is where I'm going to come into the Man of Steel sequel. Now, before I actually talk a bit more about the sequel itself, I just want to quickly say that news came through that Zack Snyder is going to be meeting up with Frank Miller. Now, we don't know 100% certain if it is about the sequel, because don't forget, he is executive producer for the 300 sequel, and Frank Miller also wrote the 300 comic book as well. So maybe they're going to be discussing that as well as Man of Steel. Now, we all know that Frank Miller was also the guy that wrote The Dark Knight Returns, which the quote that Harry Lennox read at Comic-Con derived from, to give people an idea of what they're going to, not what they're adapting from, but who is going to be in the film. Okay, so people are still up in the air about the whole thing, about the whole Superman, Batman propelling Superman up to the pedestal, you know, that he's having to give him that lift so that more and more people are interested in him, kind of thing. Yes, Superman fans as a whole are disappointed in that when Warner Bros. Are doing this, because effectively what you want is for a Man of Steel solo sequel again, to allow him to carry his own character on his own, and then just see where that takes him. But unfortunately for us, they decided to bring in Batman. Now, there's still casting rumours. I'm hearing names like Carl Urban, John Hamm, Armie Hammer, who actually this week said that he wasn't interested. Whether or not that's true, I don't know. And even, oh my god, Matt Bomer as well. His name's been bandied around. There was someone else as well that I sort of turned my head up against and thought, you know, that could work. As I said, Carl Urban. Who else was there? And I've completely forgotten now. It'll probably come to me later on. Anyway, so as I say, that's still all up in the air, the whole Frank Miller meeting Zack Snyder thing. And straight away, the first thing everybody said was, oh my god, this is going to fail. As I said, we still don't know. Speculations are everywhere. This is the internet we're talking about. They just spread like wildfire. Rumours are going to be coming in. You're going to get fake pictures of this, that, and the other. You're going to get fake casting of this, that, and the other. It's going to be like, who do we believe? Until Warner Brothers themselves have actually confirmed officially what is going on, do not believe everything that you read on the internet, kids. That's all I'm saying. Now, the other thing I want to quickly add on before I continue on from going back with the Flash and Arrow and stuff again, with regards to the sequel and, you know, Zack and Frank meeting up, there was a quote from Zack, and I'm going to post all the links of everything that I'm talking about here. So all the links for, you know, Arrow season 2, Flash, Zack Snyder and Frank Miller meeting up and stuff like that. So I'll post all the links below, so do check them out and read a bit further. But Zack basically said, right, and this is where the fans really threw up in arms. He said that it's too early for me to discuss the film. However, regardless of how I feel about Superman, ultimately I have to go along with the direction that Warner Brothers thinks is best. Now that pretty much says, Warner Brothers said to Zack Snyder, you're going to do your Man of Steel sequel, but you're going to include Batman, whether you like it or not. And that's where now we're starting to worry, because I was all for it, but now I'm thinking, it's typical Warner Brothers. You know, they're calling the shots. You're not allowing the creative team to do what they need to do to get fans interested, to get the fans, you know, excited. If you're going to turn around and say to your creative team, look guys, you know, what you did with that film was fantastic, now we want you to do this. They're going to sit, I mean, if that was me, if I was Zack Snyder, I'd be like, well, either I do it the way that I want to do it, the way that I feel is necessary and right for not just the geeky fans, but for audiences as a whole, or I don't do it at all. You know, what do you say to that? Then they'll probably say, well, you're sacked, we don't want you anymore. And then we'll get someone who will listen to what we say as opposed to want to do their own thing. Well, come on guys, Warners, seriously. Come on, seriously. You let Christopher Nolan create his own universe with Batman. Why can't you allow Zack Snyder to not, whilst we have now got that open universe, let him continue Superman's story, right? And then bring in all the other characters. You've already hinted at Bruce Wayne. You've already hinted at Lex Luthor. You've already hinted in some capacity to other DC Comics characters, and I believe Aquaman is in there as well. And the way how Aquaman, I think, is mentioned: A, the word trident; B, the whales after Clark saved the workers from the oil rig; and B and C, said oil rig being set on fire. We don't know the cause of that. There's a possibility it was probably Arthur Curry. And the whales appearing with Clark underwater could be Arthur sending said whales to look and check that Clark is okay. Again, that could be an introduction to Arthur, to Aquaman. Then there's the Captain or Major Carrie Ferris or Faris. Again, that could be a hint to Green Lantern, because we know that Carol Ferris is Hal Jordan's missus in some capacity. There is that as well. So it's like, just allow these, Zack Snyder and the team and Goya and all of them just to do what they need to do to get people's interest, to develop their stories, and then say, okay, now we want you to do it. Now can you do that? If you're going to turn around and bring the likes of Batman, Snyder, if you are meeting up with Frank Miller, I hope it isn't to do with the Man of Steel sequel, because already everyone's getting shaky. Again, all I'm going to say on the flip side of that, let's not get our hopes up, or let's not get, let's not hit it too hard so far. Let's not bring it down so quickly, because we don't know what they're going to discuss, what they're going to talk about, what is going to happen, and what the script's going to involve. Until the synopsis for said sequel arrives, let's just wait, okay? So anyway, as I was talking earlier regarding Flash and Arrow, now, because there was a rumour that Warner Brothers also want to introduce the Flash in terms of the big screen for 2016, is it possible, and can it be done, and I think it can be done, to have Arrow, the Flash, Man of Steel, rebooted Batman and Justice League all in the same universe? Because it sounds like Warner Brothers, DC, CW are almost going in the same path of what Marvel are doing, because we've already got the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV series ready, to kick off very soon in the next couple of months. We know how the Avengers are doing, so there's that shared universe for Marvel already. Okay, can it work for Warner's DC CW? I think it can, and I'll tell you why. It can work because I've seen how Stephen Amell is like with his character. I've seen his enthusiasm. He's charismatic. He is hardworking. He loves, his job. He's that so into his own character that they even made a collectible statue of him as Oliver Queen Arrow in his Arrow costume. Now, if a guy can get something like that in the first season of a DC Comics show, you're onto big things, okay? They need to do something similar with Barry Allen. Bring in someone who can transform and translate the character, not just on the small screen, but also on the big screen, because I think Stephen's got movie star quality. He looks it. He has got movie star quality, and I think he can do well as Oliver Queen on the big screen as well as he's doing on the TV screen. You need to have someone of the same caliber for Barry Allen if you're going to transition him to the big screen. If it is going to be of the same universe, you've got to have that one person who you're going to look at and you're going to say, you can work on both TV and movie. Let's move it onto the big screen. And if they're doing it right, and if they want the Flash to show up on the big screen by 2016 in his own film, it'll be a case of the TV show will come out next year. You'll have the first season under the belt. Then you'll bring in the second season in 2015. Then by 2016, bring him into the movie. Then after the movie, go back to the TV series. Okay? Then the same thing will work for Arrow as well. Probably by season 3, he'll then be known as Green Arrow. Then again, introduce him into Justice League by 2017. Then kick off back into the TV series. And then again, you can do a similar thing, and I'm still quite sad that Wonder Woman hasn't still got her TV show, because Amazon is still on hold, or paused for the time being, and maybe it is because they still want to build that universe. They can build the universe. You can have Stephen Amell's Green Arrow. You can have whoever Barry Allen is going to be as the Flash as well. And then you've got Henry Cavill as Superman. Whoever Batman's going to be, whoever Wonder Woman's going to be, whoever Aquaman's going to be, it's doable. They just need to do it properly and not rush it. Tell people what they have to do, and just let people be creative. Just let them go their own separate. They are separate divisions, yes, but they can still work together. They can still collaborate and talk to each other. You can still have that universe. Maybe, who knows, somewhere in season 2 of Arrow, we might even get whispers or some mention of a destruction being caused in Metropolis. I'm just saying, okay? We could get that, because now that the showrunners are going back on their word of no superpowers on Arrow, Barry Allen's been introduced, okay? I'm not saying that Superman is going to be shown in Arrow or the Flash TV series. All I'm saying is that you can have them mention those events. Something happened in Metropolis, did you hear about it? Oh, someone's, you know, happened to this. There was this big ship that appeared, you know, that caused the destruction. It was about to devastate the earth and all that sort of stuff. They could do that. And if they do that, oh my god, you're onto an epic winner right there. You are on to a winner. That's all I'm going to say. So anyway, as I said, I do think that if they work it properly and if they really, really plan everything carefully, by 2015, yes, we'll have the sequel. 2016, Flash movie. 2017, Justice League. After that, everything else gets separated. You bring in Wonder Woman with the Amazon TV show. Now, who knows? Maybe Amazon will kick off in 2015. Maybe, if they wanted to, and if they really wanted to tease us and mess with our minds, excuse me, they could in some ways introduce Diana in the Man of Steel sequel towards the end, or as an after credit scene, if they can please damn well do an after credit scene, for heaven's sake, Warners. Who knows? There is so much possibilities there, and if you're talking about bringing in Flash to the Arrow TV series and then you want to transition that to the movie screen for the Flash movie in 2016, it's doable. Just do it properly and let Zack Snyder, David Goyer and the rest of the team work on the Man of Steel sequel on their own. Don't tell them what they should do and what they can't do, because Man of Steel is successful. It's still yet to open in Japan. Okay, it's going to be, I think, another week or two before it opens in Japan. Who knows how much money it's going to make after that. But it is successful. It has grossed enough money for it to make the sequel, which is why they're doing it. You didn't need to bring in Batman. I'm happy that Batman's going to be there, but I hope it's just as a guest starring and not like Superman versus Batman, Batman versus Superman. If they are going to have a little conflict, just don't make it last longer than 5 minutes. That's all I'm saying, okay? So, let me stop it there. As I say, check all the links below, okay, for all the articles, because there's even a couple of articles from Superman homepage where Grant Morrison and Ilya Salkind, who was the producer for Superman the movie and Superman 2, both give their thoughts on the Man of Steel movie. Ilya Salkind saying it was too Batmanish, Grant Morrison not happy about the fact that Superman killed Zod, because apparently he's not part of the military. Okay, hey, I'm not going to say any more to it, but read both articles. Check the comments as well, and I've also posted the link for the article about Zack Snyder meeting up with Frank Miller. So far, there's 124 comments on that one already. I'm not going to look at it anymore because it's like that. Anyway, I think I've spoken long enough. If you have been watching this long, well done, you bored fucks. but no, seriously, let me know what you guys think of this shared universe. You know, are Warner's doing the right thing by doing the same thing as Marvel, by bringing their characters in a shared universe in both movie and TV? Can it work? Will it succeed? Is it something that we want to see? At first I was skeptical about it. I didn't think it would have been best to have both, you know, The Flash as a TV series and then as a movie. But if you're going to have an actor that plays on both mediums, then yes. If you don't do it as two separate mediums and, you know, one actor playing it on TV, one actor playing it on movie, fine, perfect. Keep it as one person who's got that movie star quality like Stephen Amell, then you're on to a winner. Then we'll see what happens from there. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye.